I am a recovering narcissist. I'm a recovering a lot of things, but instead of saying that I'm completely healed from it, or I'm not, because I have tendencies that creep out. If you're on social media at all, even if you're in broadcasting, there's got to be a little bit of narcissism that exists, but I was really bad. How does the darkness, the shadow, and narcissist work out? Because that's sometimes narcissists are looked at as they don't have a soul, or they have no empathy, they don't really care, they're not teachable, they only care about themselves. So in that kind of situation, how does shadow work play into that?
That is such a great question. And what's coming to my mind is astrology, because, I'm an astrologer as well. And astrology is the study of cycles and the necessity for all the archetypes that we all can embody. So let's take narcissism. That is a focus of self. And from astrology's perspective, we were going through a time where everything was devoted on the other. And we had to learn that. We had to learn it, but it came to the point where it was such an external devotion that there wasn't an internal calibration. There was no internal compass at all. So, there's a spectrum of being with any narcissism or other. There's a spectrum of being with that. And we always want to find the middle ground. So once we move away from overly focusing on the other, we had to really come back and focus on ourselves. And we do this in our lives personally as well. That you come into a place, you're like, okay, I really want to focus on myself, but I really went over here to this end of the spectrum. Okay, cool. You carved that out. But there's a middle ground. We need to account for ourselves. And I truly feel, even as a healer, you cannot heal anybody and just give without being right with yourself, without paying
True.
attention to yourself, without centering with your own devotion so that you feel full and there's no resentment when you give and you could teach other through example. So your narcissism, you got in the car, you went a little over to the right, you come back to center and you have a center of self more than anyone. And you could bring that structure to the world when you serve.